One key sign to know that God is putting you through a spiritual shift and taking you higher is when you start to feel uncomfortable with everything in your life. I'm saying on Monday, everything was good, and you wake up on Tuesday, your job no longer fits you, your friend group no longer fits you, your relationships, Lord. Everything no longer fits you. That's how you know God is shifting you. God is saying, that I'm making you uncomfortable so you can move. I'm making you uncomfortable because you no longer are positioned to be where you are. And I mean, God will get super specific, okay? The things you eat, the people that you converse with, the things that you watch, you listen to, the things that you tolerate, the things that you actually used to engage in conversation about no longer fit with you. You no longer have the tolerance to be around it. The capacity that you have for these things are now zero. That's how you know God is shifting you. That's how you know it's time to pick up your bags and it's time to move forward. How can God expand you if you want to stay in places that no longer fit you? You have to get up and go. And when you pick up your bags to move, don't start unzipping it and trying to add old things from your old chapters back in it. Because one thing about bags, you fill them to capacity, they cannot zip. If you cannot zip them, you cannot carry them. And you cannot carry things that no longer fit with you. You have to let them go. Leave them. God says, I will give you new things in this new season. Your bag should not be filled up with the things that you no longer associate with, that God says you no longer need to be around. People may not understand, the ones that you used to be connected to, they may not understand this new move. They may not understand this new change, but it's okay. Okay, you will lose people. It's just the God honest truth. Every time I have leveled up, I have lost people. Every time I have leveled up, people have done me wrong. People have done me dirty. People have talked about me, even though I have done nothing but seek God and try to get higher in life. People will talk about you because they don't understand, and don't let that hold you back. If you let that hold you back, you will stay in the same spot, and you'll look up some years later wondering why you have been stagnant, because you put yourself in that spot. You kept yourself there. You kept yourself minimized. Chickens cannot fly with eagles. And that saying may sound super corny, but it is the truth. Once you start leveling up, once you start elevating, yes, everybody can't go with you. Your poor habits can't go with you. Your poor mindset can't go with you. Your procrastination, your overthinking, your fear, it cannot go with you. But the good thing about these new levels, God will align you with your destiny helpers in that season. God will bring them to you, or he will bring you to them. Either way it goes, you won't feel like you're alone. Sometimes it may feel lonely because you're so used to what you used to have back then that you're not used to a clean, open space that has not been filled yet with the things of this new. So just be used to the new bareness, okay? Understand that the space will be filled gradually, but let God fill it. Don't think that you are the orchestrator of what you need to put in your room when God says, I will put the perfect pieces in there for you, okay? Let him do his work, let him do his will, and let him guide you, because that's the only one that will get you to the place that you need to be. It's okay, and just come into a mindset that you might be hurt. You might be confused about a few things, but don't let it hold you back. If you stay stagnant for people, just understand that you have made them an idol. That's people pleasing. You made them an idol, and that's people pleasing. And God does not like that, okay? You made it this far. You passed the test. Whenever you go from 11th grade, you go to 12th grade, and then you graduate. You no longer go back to high school. You no longer can go back to the old ways of your life. Why do you think they always say that when people make it, they move out of their neighborhood and they don't really go back? Because people always hate you the most where you come from. They always hate you the most, and you always hear these tragic stories about people going back to where they came from, going back to their old hood, going back to their old territory, and something bad happens. And it's not because they're bad people, but it's because the people that are still there, that's still on that level, don't have the capacity to think on the level that you actually made it to. So do not subject yourself to rooms that you no longer belong in, okay? Let me tell you something. I knew God was putting me on the path to a new season, to a shift, to a new territory, when he was giving me dreams of me being in rooms and I would see tables filled with people that I once used to politic with, okay? Keep it cute. I used to be with them. That was my life, right? But the funny thing was that big room filled with that big table of everybody that I used to be with, there was no room for me. Not a seat, not an inch of a table, not a bar stool, nothing. There was no room for me. I had to get my own table. And God has given me that dream multiple times. That's when I knew it was time for me to start going on this journey. It was time for me to start developing capacity for where I was going to go next. Okay? God has made it so pristine and so crystal clear to me that He has shown me people in my dreams chained up, and I'm free because they are not supposed to go with me. God will let you know. So don't hold on to things and don't hold on to people because you feel like, man, well, they never did anything to me. Well, we've been together, we've been friends since. No, God knows. God knows. And would you rather hold on to something, people, places, and things that you feel like you can't let go because you owe so much loyalty to them and you owe them a chance and you owe them your love? Or would you rather move on and become better and show them who God has actually equipped you to be, so maybe they could also want to level up and then y'all could meet back and cross paths down the road? Stop trying to save you for other people, okay? You cannot do that. Let me tell you something. They mocked Jesus in His own hometown. They said He wasn't the Messiah. They said He wasn't a prophet because they were so used to seeing him as a carpenter's son. That's the same thing with you. The people around you, majority of the people around you, they'll still see you as a little girl. They'll still see you as that boy or girl that was out there fighting in the club, drinking, smoking, doing all this. But God says there's more for you. And you have to separate them from them so you can see the more and they can see the more that they thought was never in you in the first place.